Hello, knitty friends. It's nice to see you all again. I'm so sorry it's been forever. Hi, I'm Adrienne of Tryllacraft. It's been a really long time. I so apologize. It's been nutty, as most of you probably know. Here in Ontario, we're still under lockdown, and yeah, there's lots of hope for some reopening in the summertime, but that's still very dependent on how the vaccine rollout goes. And yeah, it's been busy. Life is good. Well, as good as it can be within a pandemic. The end of term was super busy, and I had kind of started to get my knitting mojo back, but not as much as I used to. So I finished the end of term in March and beginning of April, and then I had a couple weeks of kind of quiet, and then I started teaching again in May. The biggest news is I have to move. I found out at the end of April that I need to move, so I am in the process of doing that. So I found a new place to go, and everything's kind of starting to be arranged, and lots of little things need to happen, and so it's kind of crazy. But I'll still have a yarn room, so I'm a happy girl, really. I can't, as long as there's room for the yarn, we're all good, right? So I have been knitting a little bit more, and by a little bit more, I mean like certainly not up to my old production standards. Part of that is being tired, part of that is not being in the mood, and part of that is actually my eyes. I've been having a lot of trouble with my eyes lately. My guess is way too much time on the computer, and so in the evenings I can't see to knit. So even right now, I just spent like an hour on Zoom with some friends, and a little bit before that doing some work, and I can't see very well. That makes me sound blind. That's not at all true. I can see fine out there, I just can't see here very well. And since here is where I knit, it's a problem. So if I take it farther away, it goes into focus, but then it's too small and I can't. So I need here, but I need to be in focus right here. So I was trying to do some picked up stitches on the heels and stuff like that. I just a struggle. But that's the big news. What else is going on? Got my first vaccine 2 weeks ago, so that was really exciting. I still don't feel super safe, but we're in lockdown, so I don't actually have to leave my house, so that's fine. We're good. I should probably talk about knitting. Let's talk about knitting. So the last time you saw me, I was struggling with the never-ending Hitchhiker Beyond. It is done. Finished, finite. I even wove in the ends. It's all done, finally. So it does not really go with my purple t-shirt, but that's okay. So yeah. So this in a jean jacket is gonna look fabulous. So yeah, I'm super excited. I finished a shawl. One of the big projects is off the needles. Somehow I have not managed to go back to any of the big projects. I went back to what makes me happy, which is knitting socks. Okay, so final details. Hitchhiker Beyond by Martina Behm. Yarn is Dirty Hippie by Dragon Strings. Love it, love it. I'm so super excited about that one. I finished multiple pairs of socks, mostly because they were, well, this one was the second sock. So I had previously finished the first, and now I'm done the second. This is Old Oak Yarns and Velvet Shadows, which of course I don't dye anymore. And then this is just a purple that I dyed to go with it. So yay! happy micro stripes. So super happy to have another pair of socks done. This is my second pair this year. Yeah, my production is way down, way down. I'll be happy if I get 6 pairs of socks done this year. So those are done. And then these ones, I had both cuffs cast on and I was working on them in tandem. Wow, they're so pretty. So this is Beauty and Her Beast by Mustache Yarns. And the gray is just a gray from Old Oak. So yeah, I didn't want to take away from the stripies. Super, super happy with these ones. It's funny, I wasn't sure I loved them when I was knitting them, and then as soon as I was finished them, I was like, oh, I really like those, which is good. So they'll be joining my collection. Whew. So yeah, that's 3 finishes in, I don't know, 3 months. Oh, that makes me sad. Oh well, that's okay. It's not that I don't want to knit. It's not that I don't have yarn to knit. You know, other things are getting in my way. I desperately need to. I'm angry about my eyes make me really upset. I've had really good vision for all of my life, mostly up until now. I've had glasses for years, but the glasses were really only to stop headaches when I'm staring at a screen, and I never wore them. But whatever. But the last time I went to go see my optometrist, which was I think in the fall, longer story. So 2 visits ago to the optometrist, they gave me progressives and they made me nauseous, and I couldn't walk up or down stairs, and I couldn't open doors because my vision was off, and I kept grabbing at air and I couldn't judge where the door handle was and stuff like that. And they really made me nauseous, and I hated them. So they were good, and they swapped out the progressives for just plain glasses. And so that's fine, but I never wear them. And then I went back in the fall because my eyes are, you know, they get tired really easily. They get blurry really fast. I couldn't see the clock across the room. The digital clock was like totally blurry. And she basically just like laughed and said, haha, you're getting older. I'm not changing your prescription. And I was like, but that's not actually solving my issues. And now it's starting to get a lot worse. And so I need to find a new optometrist. And yeah, I need to figure out how to deal with that in a pandemic. I'm really reluctant to leave my house, so I tend to not do things, even when they're good for me. But anyway. So yeah. So I have been working on a few other things. So I've got 2 pairs of socks on the go. This one is a second sock. I'm just working on the heel. So this main colorway is by Homespun House. It's one of their Harry Potter colorways. It's called Dumbledore's Favorite. I love it. It's not really my color zone, but I love it. And then the purple is just a purple I dyed for myself last August. So the problem is that I'm doing a mini heel flap and gusset. So I've got a tiny little heel flap right there. And then I'm working on a Fish Lips Kiss heel. But because my eyes are giving me problems, doing the pickup twin stitches is really challenging for me. So if I have like a lot of light and my eyes are fresh in the morning, I can do it. But other than that, it's challenging and annoying and makes me angry, which is no fun for anyone. So we'll see how far I get on those ones. Heel might take me a while. So the other one I'm working on right now is this pair, which really only has like another 25 rows before I get to the heel, and then I'm in trouble again. The green is a Velvet Pincushion by Manos del Uruguay Alegria. one of those days. And then the contrast here, which I'm also going to use for the heel, is Mini by Lolo Did It in the colorway Fairy Pools. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. I don't have a lot of kind of monotone. Monotone is not the right word. Single color. Like solid, that's the word I'm looking for. Solid color socks. So looking forward to that. It feels really nice though. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on. My biggest problem is that even though I don't knit very fast right now, and even though I'm not actively buying yarn, somehow I still accumulate an awful lot of yarn. So please keep in mind, this is like 2.5 months worth of yarn acquisitions at once. It still looks like a lot. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is the March. So I joined the Leo and Roxy Yarn of the Month. The Leo and Roxy Yarn Club. And so it is a quarterly sock club for this year. And so the first one came out. Look at the packaging, you guys. Isn't that stellar to get specialty packaging? So each of those 4 designs is the inspiration picture for that colorway. So this particular one is based on that. Isn't that adorable? So it's obviously slightly Doctor Who inspired, but awesomeness. It comes with a couple stickers, a lovely pin. And so this is the colorway. So it comes with 2 minis, so it's got this beautiful kind of Cabernet color. And then it's got a really beautiful dark purple colorway. So see, you can kind of see how all that goes together. It's a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. It's called, surprise, surprise, Who Are You? So that's good. The next installment should be arriving in June, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what that one looks like. I used to be in 2 Yarn of the Month clubs with Freckled Whimsy. I've actually cut that back to 1. I'm still doing the Harry Potter one. So I have a few. This tells me how long it's been since I've podcast. I'm sorry, I apologize. So this is number 5. It's called Wolfsbane Potion. This one's a funny one for me because it's got some colors in here like these sprucey greens and navy and whatnot that I absolutely love, but I'm not so mustardy. So I struggle with this one. But we'll see. We will collect all of them and then make decisions. Who knows? Maybe I will knit gifts. Maybe I will have a reconsideration of my feelings about mustard. Who knows? That's not very likely. But it's all good. So, very nice. And then this was number 6. This one. Oh, this one speaks to me. This one's called Free Elf. So obviously a Dobby reference. But look at those blues and greens. Ugh, loving it. Loving it. Super excited. And then we've got number 7, which is called Secondhand Dress Robe. So obviously a Ron Weasley colorway. Again, not my fave colors. Again, with the mustard, I have a hard time with mustard. But it's all good. This is what you get when you do mystery clubs. It's all good. All good. Okay. What else? As usual, I have a weakness for Shirley Bryan yarns, even though I've never actually... I have one of hers started as a pair of socks, but I haven't gotten very far on it. But I can't seem to stop buying her yarn. That tells you something. So this one is called, so they're both Shirley Bryan Deconstructed Fade Sock Sets. This one is called Hindsight is 2020, and those are lovely colors. Those I'm super excited about. Shirley Bryan yarns. And then this one is called Clouds in My Coffee. That's, again, blues and beiges and really lovely. I need to knit more. That's what I'm learning, being reminded of. Then I finally got my hands on some pixel sets from Ginger Snap Yarns. So this one is called Siren. So it's got, so it comes in 2 little mini skeins for your socks of the pixel yarn, and then it's got one of each of the contrast, so one for one end, one for the other, so that they all come together as one. I'll be able to make 2 socks. Super excited. I love the colors. Like, look at that deep turquoise. Or dark teal, whatever you want to call it. Love it. This would be dark teal because this one is turquoise. So this one is called Flutterby. So this is what we outie. But yeah, look at the turquoise and the purple. So, and this one is dark teal and pink. Like, really. Hello, my color jam. Definitely what I love. So yeah, super excited to get a hold of some of those. And this is some stuff from Night Owl Fibers. Got 2 of this one because you're gonna look at it and be like, Adrienne, there's gold and like mustard in there, and I'm like, I know, but a themed yarn, I can't say no. So this is by Night Owl Fibers. It's called Monica's Apartment, and it is, of course, a Friends colorway. And it's spectacular. I love it. Just love it. So, I have a friend that's a knitter, surprise, that also is a big Friends fan, so she will get Monica's Apartment at some point. Love it. And then, apparently I've ordered twice from Night Owl Fibers. Sorry, let's rephrase that. Twice recently. I've ordered more than twice from her. So this one is a Gilmore Girls colorway. I can't say no to this one either. This is called the Life and Death Brigade. So I did not love that a year in the life aftermath thing. I did not like Rory Gilmore in that. I was very disappointed. But this colorway so floats my boat. Like, my boat is floated. It is floated away. It is so floated. I love it. It is spectacular. Little Night Owl Fibers. Ah, I can't see anything. There we go. Yeah, look at this. Like, you just can't say no to that colorway. Seriously, dudes. Love it. So excited about that one. And so, of course, you know, shipping, so you can't order just one. This one is called Sea Monkeys, so what a surprise. Green and blue and purple, because that's kind of my jam. I like this one. This one's got a lot more green in it, but lovely, lovely, lovely. And then this one, not my typical colors, but it's called Coral Reef, and it's very soft and lovely, and I quite like it. Very, very nice. Woot! Almost done. So, in the month of May, there has been a ton of dyers and makers, not just dyers and makers, that have participated in something called Be a Freakin' Unicorn. So you can look at it, beafreakinunicorn.com. It goes until May 24th, and so it's all about donating proceeds from all their sales to a local LGBTQ2S+ support service or charity or whatnot, which I am super on board with supporting. Because some of my favorite people and some of my favorite colors all go together with all that. So I ordered, this is gorgeous. Woo. So this is the Sock Blossom from Timber Yarns. Yes, I know I'm holding it upside down, but look at all those. Look at those colors. They're so awesome. So yeah, loving this. I'm really excited. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with this yet, but those colors, fantastic. Totally up my alley. Loving them. Loving them. And of course, Heather, as always, goes all out when she does her packaging. As always, fingers would work. Gorgeous card saying thanks. Handwritten note from her mom, Pat, which is just wonderfully charming, as always. And she usually includes some hot chocolate in her packages, but this time, look at that, it's unicorn. Isn't that great? So this one is actually pink colored white hot chocolate mix. I love it. And it also comes with this gorgeous little unicorn rainbow stitch marker, which is lovely. Super, super lovely. And of course, you know, shipping. So you can't just buy one thing when you ship. So I picked up Greyscale by Timber Yarns. This makes me think of my friend Lisa from the Codependent Knitters, who is, of course, Little Miss Gray herself. So that makes me think of her. The other Codependent knitter, Dawn, she and I have very similar colorway legs. We love the teals and the purples and things like that. So a lot of those colorways help me remind me of her. But this screams Lisa, which is awesome. And also as part of the Be a Freaking Unicorn collective, I bought from another Canadian dyer, which I've bought from before. This is Dye for You in the colorway Unicorn Highway, which is a very nice soft rainbow palette, but I've seen it knit up on her site and it's super cute, and it's a lovely soft rainbow. I'm really excited about it. And as usual, can't buy just one. So I picked up, because we were on a bit of a kick, Rainbow Infusion, which is a lovely bright rainbow broken up by stripes of black. And it's just lovely, because, you know, you can't have enough rainbows. And if you followed me at all over the years, you know that I have a ton of rainbows in my stash, and I need to knit more of them. I need to knit more of everything. I'm aware. That was a lot of acquisitions. Woo! I think the only thing outstanding for me right now is my 2 clubs. Don't think I have anything else ordered, which is good, because I'm moving. I don't want it landing here. So yeah. So otherwise, yeah. I'm a little frustrated with my knitting and my lack of it, but you know, whatever. Pandemic. We'll just blame the pandemic for everything. I'm totally good with that. Other than that, I'm doing well. I've been having fairly regular Zoom dinners with my family. That's a few hours away. My brother and my nieces and sister-in-law. And then my dad I talked to fairly recently. He's doing really well, which is surprising. I didn't think he'd be doing this well this long after stopping his chemo treatment. We stopped it in the fall because it was doing more damage than it was doing good, and he was not having very high quality of life. So we stopped the chemo treatments, and he was very happy, and he is doing really well. I have a feeling that he'll do really well up until a point, and then all of a sudden he will suddenly not do well. We just don't know when that point is. But yeah, he's talking about coming to visit me in the new place, which will be nice, assuming lockdown allows that. And yeah, hopefully I go see him soon. I haven't seen him since November, so it's been a really long time. So I haven't seen my dad, my oldest brother, his wife, and my nephew since November. And my other brother and his wife and my nieces I haven't seen since July. So I don't know, it's weird. Most winters I really don't travel that much between like my last visit to my dad in November for his birthday and then the spring. So I usually go 4 or 5 months without seeing people. It's not really a big deal. I don't do Christmas. But when it's my choice, it's fine. But when it's forced on me, I don't like it so much. So it's been a bit of a long haul, and I would have gone to visit my dad by now, normally. So the fact that I can't quite yet is frustrating, to say the least. What else is frustrating? The haircut. Look, you can't even tell that I've got a shave. I'm supposed to have a shaved head. Look at this. It's so long. Ugh. And I'm growing out my gray, which is fine. I don't mind doing that, except it's just not pretty. Whatever. I don't go out much. It's all fine. But I miss you guys. It's totally my fault for not being able to do it sooner, but there's a lot of, laziness about me these days. I just, you know what, you only have X amount of energy per day, and sometimes that gets used up on the stuff that has to be done and not the stuff that you want to get done. And so I want to visit you guys more often. I just don't always get around to it. I'm sorry. But I'm here now, so yay. It's a nice visit. And I will try to come back sooner. Hopefully I'll get another quick podcast in before I move, and then I'll do one when I move. What else is new and exciting? I've been baking again. I'll put in some pictures. I made macarons for the first time. They were delicious. They were salted caramel. I actually have stuff prepping in the kitchen right now, so I'm going to make some more this afternoon, I think, because I want some sweets in the house, and that sounds like a good choice. And I'm actually trying to eat through my cupboards between now and when I move. So I'm just reducing the amount of stuff in my cupboards, right, by baking and eating it. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, everyone. Love you. Miss you. I hope you're doing well and crafting lots. And I miss you. I'll talk to you soon.